Well, I'm at Rift Rivals, but we're not talking about Rift Rivals right now. We're talking about something entirely different. Today, Damien Estrada, exclusively, no one else at Team Liquid,
Wow.
announced a partnership with Marvel. By the way, this interview is brought to you by Alienware. Anyway, no, but Team Liquid announced this big thing, and you, I know, used to, for those that don't know, used to run the studio, the One Up Studios thing. Now you're working on this stuff like this. So, what's been going on? How did this whole thing come about?
How did this whole thing come about? So it came about. I was designing jerseys, and we were trying to figure out: are we changing the jersey for this year? Are we not changing it? Are we doing different colorways? Like, what's going on? And I just started messing around with like, what is the thing that I would love to see? And I'm a huge Marvel fan, huge Marvel nerd. I like watch and consume like 2 hours of like conspiracy videos a day. Yeah. And
So you should say Marvel conspiracy videos, right? Not just general conspiracy videos.
no, just general. but
Okay. So you're sitting there looking and trying to figure out if the
Yeah.
moon landing was a hoax, and then you're like,
I'm like,
Avengers.
oh,
Yes, yes.
okay. So I was like, all right, they have a lot of huge films that are coming out this year, right? Maybe there's a possibility to do collaboration, but it's more than films, right? It's like they have a lot, two games coming out, or one game coming out, right, and then something later. And I was like, it's a crazy idea, and then I just started throwing some concepts together, showed a couple people at the company. I was like really afraid that people were going to be like, all right, chill out, dude. Like, this is just some random, you're being weird. And everyone was like, wait, this is amazing. Let's figure it out.
And so then that obviously moved it over to the biz dev side. A lot of people will be like, oh, well, their Axiomatic has like a Disney connection, and Axiomatic is tied to TL. Is that how this happened? Is it the link between those two companies?
Yeah, I think the link between Axio and TL helped a lot. There were a lot of Bruce, our president of Axio, has a ton of connections over at Disney and Marvel, and so he made a couple calls, and it was a really quick solution. And Mike Milanoff, the CEO, spent a lot of time like ironing it out and getting that process done.
So then, when you realized that this was going to become a thing potentially, how did you go about it? Because I actually have not. I'm trying to remember, and I don't want to be disrespectful to any of the other esports orgs, but I can't remember anything that is like this from a brand perspective, right? Like we haven't seen too many of these brand collabs between esports orgs and bigger entertainment properties like this.
Yeah, I think it's certainly a departure from what you normally get, right? It's not like a little Marvel logo. It's not like just a little color hue sway away. I really wanted to. So one thing is that we're not just like completely getting rid of Team Liquid, right? It's not like Team Liquid Marvel, and that's the only thing that exists now. It's certain events, certain. So like Rift Rivals for this, maybe there's something at TI, maybe there's something at an upcoming event from another game. But the importance was to not make it feel like it was just a slider hue and a logo placement. They're trying to get in on the interview, and a logo placement. And so it was really like doing something that, like you said, we haven't really seen before. I think there are some teams that have. I think like CLG did their 5-hour energy thing, which was a really cool iteration of that concept. And so yeah, we just want to try to innovate, as much as we can and try something different.
What is the partnership entirely, especially for those that haven't seen the announcement? Is it exclusively around merch, or are there other things? Like, I don't know if you can speak to any of it, but I'm just kind of curious if this is just like a one-off fashion collab for a couple events, or if it's broader.
So it is broader than that. We're rolling it out in phases. So what I could say now is that for sure, phase one is 3 jerseys and 2 shirts. In the upcoming months or weeks, I think you'll see more stuff roll out. And it's really just kind of like we're rolling with the punches, so to speak, on what picks up and what's going on in their universe and how do we mix our universe with theirs.
Yeah. Does TL have a universe? What does the TL universe look like versus the Marvel universe? Because I feel like it's a bit of a different IP.
It's a bit different. Okay. I actually used to joke back in the Rebirth days that I was creating the TLCU.
Okay.
And so this is kind of like it coming to fruition, but maybe we borrowed a little bit of their idea a lot.
Gotcha. Yeah, I did notice you said this is in phases, and I feel like I know something else Marvel that has rolled out in phases. Other than that, what has the reception been like? I know it just launched a couple hours ago, but what do you think of the reception so far?
I think it's good. I mean, honestly, I've just been walking around and like talking to people. I was super afraid that like when the team came out on stage and everyone was watching it and they did their pose, that people would kind of be like, oh, this is kind of weird. But everyone like freaked out in the arena. And then my phone started to light up. So then I assume everyone freaked out at home. There are some people that maybe don't fully understand the extent of the collaboration. Like I said earlier, we're not like ditching TL, right? And so there are small little hiccups like that, but outside of that, I think everyone's super excited. I've been getting a lot of DMs and people congratulating me, me congratulating myself.
Yes,
you know,
yes. What? Okay, so what have you launched with?
we've launched with 3 jerseys. So the Quantum Realm jersey, we have Captain America, which the guys wore on stage at Riff Rivals, and then an Iron Man jersey, which Peter is in the hype video for.
Gotcha. And then it's just the jerseys?
Oh yeah, sorry. 2 shirts. It's just standard like teal blue and then a dark red to kind of signify the partnership.
Gotcha. But more to come, it sounds like.
Definitely more to come. I have to shout out like the whole merch team and biz dev team and everyone at TL because it certainly wasn't like a solo project by any stretch of the imagination. And so we have a ton of people working on a ton of different things, some in entertainment, some in merchandise, some in, all these different things. So it's rolling and it's moving.
Do you expect to see more of this in the industry, or would TL pursue this with another brand? I mean, it does feel like the past year and a half there's been a pretty big focus on merch, especially when 100 Thieves came in and started doing that. So, what do you think the future of this looks like for the industry?
I can't speak for everyone, but I'd say that we're certainly, not to downplay this, because I think this is the biggest thing that we could have launched with or could have collabed with, but I think you'll see more collabs from us in the upcoming year and in the next year. We have a ton of stuff, ton of different IPs that we're working on. This is certainly, for me, like the most amazing one that I could think of and pluck out of the sky, and we figured it out, and it's insane.
Well, congratulations on the big announcement. Anything you want to say to any of the TL fans out there or general people about the announcement and the collab?
Yeah, I want to say let's go Liquid.
Wait, where can people find the stuff too?
You could find the stuff on tl.gg/Marvel.
There you go. Well, congratulations on the big collab. Very exciting announcement for the industry. For everyone else, you can check out the rest of my coverage of all things esports right here on my YouTube channel. Thanks so much for watching my Rift Rivals coverage. It's been so much fun. We had a great time at Hotline League Live last night. I hope you guys can check out the VOD as it hits the YouTube channel. So thank you to them for putting that on, and Intel for helping as well. And, I had a great time. You go check out their stuff, alienware.com/Travis. There's a link in the description. You can use code Travis10 off, save some cash as well.